Rayon.
All right. Rayon Black, right?
5 things about me is that I'm determined. I'm very confident in whatever I do. I'm a good teamer. I'm a good team player. Also, I'm a good leader, and I'm very optimistic.
Okay, thank you. Give it up for Rayon. Rayon. Okay, who else? 5 assets that you have. Somebody else? Michael, look at my deal. Okay, yes. Stand up, say your name, tell us 5 assets that you bring to the table.
My name is Anthony Reyes, and my 5 assets are charismatic, creative, motivated, organized, and comprehensive.
And comprehensive. Interesting. Give it up for him. All right, I'll take one more. Yes.
I'm Alea Smith. I said that I am self-motivated. I'm a quick learner. I'm a person worth trusting with responsibility. I'm a leader, and I'm determined to succeed.
All right, thank you. Give it up for her. All right, now I wanted you to say this why. Does anybody know why I wanted you to think about what's 5 things that you bring to the table? Or what is it a part of? That, I mean, it's a buzzword now, but, you know, people are always talking about, go ahead. Yes, your ability, what makes you different? Your brand, exactly. So I definitely want to, you know, I don't want to come out, and thank you so much for the introduction, because I'll definitely talk about, you know, like how I got to the place where I was. But I just wanted to know, you know, from a couple of you, what you describe as your brand, right? Because that'll be important for wherever you go. Like, it's not only, especially nowadays when, you know, people don't just have one job, and, you know, even entrepreneurs, people don't just have, you know, one business that they run, they're multipreneurs, right? And in today's society, there are jobs that, you know, were just created 2 years ago. Like, there are jobs out there now that didn't even exist when I was at Hampton University, right? I went to Hampton from 2002 to 2005. Instagram didn't exist. It was a breaking story when we were able to get Facebook. You know what I mean? But now, look how many thousands of jobs have come out of that. So I want you to think about your brand and like who you are as a person, what you bring to the table, and of course, you know, what you like, what you're passionate about, but really like your skills, your skill set, because that can turn into, you know, whatever you want it to be. I was watching the Wedding Ringer. Anybody saw that? Anybody saw the Wedding Ringer with Kevin Hart, right? So, I mean, think about, you know, how he came into his position. It was just this Friday, but I love hearing stories like that, because I didn't even know that there would be a Barclays Center when I was at Hampton. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even know that the Nets, you know, were coming to Brooklyn. That deal didn't happen until, I didn't find out about it until like 2010. So I want you to really like hone in, okay, you know, if you don't know what you want to do, you know what assets you have. I think everybody was able to write down what assets they have, so that you can just bring that to somewhere, you know what I mean? And start to be open about opportunities. Start to be open about, you know, just things that you see around, gaps that you see, things that are missing, and then, you know, what you can do to fill it. So I talked about the Wedding Ringer because he was like, you know, somebody called me from high school or whatever that, you know, he kind of didn't really know, and they asked him to be his best man, and then he was like, you know, wow, I wonder how many other people are out there like that. You know, if you have all these, you know, thousands or hundreds of thousands of weddings every year, but, you know, people don't have friends. I mean, granted, this is a fictional story, but, you know, you never know. Like, this is how people do create their jobs. I was speaking to a friend today that, you know, somebody's job is to come up with ideas every week and sell them to people. So you never know. So I just want you to know your brand, know what assets you bring to the table so that you can transfer those skills to whatever you do. And whatever it is that you want to do also, make sure that you're an expert in it, because then you'll be unstoppable. And that's the point where I want to bring everybody here. That's what I want everybody to be unstoppable. Yes, you can be great, you can be amazing, but I want you to be unstoppable. And the way that you're unstoppable is by becoming an expert in your field. So that way, if I'm community manager, well, let me not use myself. Who else knows what they want to do? Ooh, somebody, one of you here. Okay.
My name is Kiana Sally. I plan on graduating as an officer in the U.S. Army, and then I want to go into foreign correspondent with
Hard news reporting, right? Okay, so let's say Kiana is a reporter for what outlet? NBC, right? So thank you, Kelsey. I'm gonna use this example though. She's a reporter for NBC, right? She's doing her thing, whatever. But she's such a good reporter that, and she's not in a contract where she can do other things. But she's such a good but you could be a good reporter that, corporations all around the world, want to bring her in to talk to them about, how to develop, how to get the best story, right? Or how to come up, with creative ideas on how to tell your story, right? And she can be, she can leave NBC and they're still going to want to call her. Why? Because she was an expert in that field. She comes to that, certain point to where she can get paid just for her, just for what she can bring to the table, just for her expertise. So that's what I want you to get to, not only to get paid for doing a job, but to get paid for your expertise, because people are eyeing that. Consulting is just such a growing and booming business that, I want you to become an expert so that people will just pay you for your hour. Like, can you speak to me? Sure, you can give me $1,000 and, we can speak for 60 minutes or, and whatever. But that's what people are doing all day. So I just want to get you in that frame of mind. I'm set up over here. So the next thing, 5 companies that you can see yourself working for. I want you to write it down. Top 5. And dream big, like really big. Because I'm putting OWN, Oprah Winfrey Network, on mine.